Copyright 2006 by Working Partners Limited. Production copyright 2006 by HarperCollins Publishers. I would like to start ThunderClan's life here by honoring a new warrior. Squirrelpaw, where are you?
What? Me?
In her astonishment, Squirrelpaw squeaked like a kit. She sprang to her paws, her ears pricked and her tail standing straight up. Yes, you. Brambleclaw saw a gleam of amusement in Firestar's eyes as he beckoned to his daughter. ThunderClan owes you more than I can say for making the journey to Sundrown Place and helping lead the clans to this new home. Dustbelt and I agree that if ever an apprentice deserved her warrior name, you do. Brambleclaw stretched out and gently touched his muzzle against the tip of Squirrelpaw's ear. Go on, he murmured. Firestar is right. You deserve to become a warrior after everything you've done for the clan. She blinked at him, too shocked to speak, then turned and picked her way to the tree stump where Firestar was waiting. Before she reached it, her mother, Sandstorm, stepped forward. Squirrelpaw stopped in front of her. Sandstorm's eyes glowed with pride as she gave her daughter a few swift licks to smooth her fur. Brambleclaw watched Leafpaw come over as well to press her muzzle against her sister's side. Squirrelpaw's mentor, Dustpelt, padded up to lead her the rest of the way to the stump, and he stood beside her as they waited for Firestar to speak. Firestar leaped down and blinked encouragingly at Squirrelpaw before lifting his head to address the gathered cats. This is the first time any cat has spoken these words in our new home, he began. I, Firestar, leader of ThunderClan, call upon my warrior ancestors to look down on this apprentice. She has trained hard to understand the ways of your noble code, and I commend her to you as a warrior in her turn. Squirrelpaw, the ThunderClan leader was saying, do you promise to uphold the warrior code and to protect and defend your clan, even at the cost of your life? Squirrelpaw's reply rang out clearly. I do. Then by the powers of StarClan, I give you your warrior name. Squirrelpaw, from this moment you will be known as Squirrelflight. StarClan honors your courage and your determination, and we welcome you as a full warrior of ThunderClan. Firestar rested his muzzle on Squirrelflight's head, and she gave his shoulder a respectful lick. Determination was an unusual virtue to mention in the warrior ceremony. In Squirrelflight, it sometimes showed as stubbornness, and had led her close to trouble more than once. Brambleclaw wondered if father and daughter were remembering all the times they had clashed, when Squirrelflight's fierce independence had brought her into conflict with her leader and the warrior code. But then, Brambleclaw reflected, there had been times on their journey when her determination and will to succeed had put fresh heart into all her companions. Pride flooded him as he remembered her tireless courage, her refusal to think they would ever fail to reach their journey's end. When she stepped away from Firestar, Leafpaw bounded up to her, greeting her by her new name. Squirrelflight! Squirrelflight! Her call was taken up by the cats around them. Squirrelflight looked around, her green eyes shining with pride. All 4 clans seemed pleased that she had been given her warrior name, but then all 4 clans had had plenty of opportunity to see how much she deserved it. As Brambleclaw thrust his way to her side, he saw Tawnypelt and Crowfeather heading toward her too. Those who had made the journey to Midnight's Cave would always have the most special bond with Squirrelflight. Congratulations, Tawnypelt meowed, while Crowfeather nodded and rested his tail tip on her shoulder for a moment. Brambleclaw pressed his muzzle to hers. Well done, Squirrelflight, he murmured. Mind you, he added teasingly, You'll still have to pay attention to senior warriors. Squirrelflight's eyes gleamed with wicked amusement.
You can't order me around now. I'm not an apprentice anymore.
I can't see that it will make much difference, Dustpelt put in, overhearing her. You never did as you were told anyway. Squirrelflight let out a meow of laughter and affectionately butted her former mentor on his shoulder.
I must have listened to something, she meowed.
She blinked and added,
Really, thanks for everything, Dustpelt.